What is up? Donnie Baker here with the LPR Sound Foundation. Hey, today I've got something really special for you. I want to share with you lesson 1 from our Basics of Signal Flow course, which is actually a free course. We put it in the free pile just because it's awesome. Don't need to charge you for it. It's absolutely free. I'll put a link down in the description. But if you're ready to go look at lesson 1, which is all about signal flow, analog and digital, explains it piece by piece by piece. So if you're ready to go look at that, let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Donnie B here from Learn Pro Recording. Today we're going to talk about the basics of signal flow. This is mini course 001 lesson 2. Let's keep in mind that I'm not going to go too deep into exactly what things are when we start talking about signal flow, like equalizers and compressors, things like that. There's going to be later lessons on that. What I'm focused on now is just signal flow, okay? So let's keep that in mind when we're dealing with this. If you do have questions, please feel free to reach out. We're always here for you. So this is basic signal flow. Signal flow is really simple. We have a microphone, we have a mixer, and we have a set of speakers. Let's plug the microphone into the mixer, take the output of the mixer and plug it into speakers, turn it on, turn it up. We got things rolling. It's awesome. There's no reason to get complicated with it, okay? Basic signal flow is really that simple. If we take a look at this signal flow, this is a lot. This is crazy. You're looking at this going, oh my God, what am I supposed to do with that? That is exactly the same thing. Don't be scared. It's just the same thing. It's just bigger. There's just more of it. Okay, that's all it is. And honestly, if you like break this thing down and look at it real easy and understand that the signal flow is that simple, you could probably figure this signal flow out. Okay, so this is an analog console signal flow. Okay, it's going to be real simple. We got an input, either mic or line. We can usually power the microphones. Condenser microphones sometimes need power, depending on the type of microphone that it is. This is where you can get that. Phase reverse switch. Again, all this stuff, there's going to be later lessons on how all this stuff works and what all this stuff does. So I'm not going to go too deep into what it actually is. Gain control. How loud do you want it? This is where you can insert things. This is an insert loop, like compressors, limiters, whatever. You can insert anything into the signal path if you want to. This is a high-pass filter or a low-cut filter. You can bypass all the low frequencies usually and not even listen to them, okay? Pre-fader auxiliary outputs. This is kind of important compared to the post-fader auxiliary outputs because this is pre-fader, so meaning your volume control is not going to affect this. This is great for things like if you're sending it out to some speakers so they can hear the monitor speakers or headphones for your artist to listen to themselves, okay? And then you got frequency manipulation or EQ, okay? Most consoles have a clip light, so if you give it too much signal, it's going to turn on a light and let you know that, hey, it's too loud, please turn me down. Mute button. If you don't want to hear this person, mute it, okay? Controlling the output volume is via the fader. Now, this is the output volume going to the main faders, okay? Post-fader auxiliary outputs. This is great for things like time-based effects, like reverbs and delays and echoes, okay? Controlling the output pan, left or right. You can say whether it's going out the left side, whether it's going out the right side. This is where you can assign where the signal goes out. Usually there's a left-right, 1, 2, 3, 4 buses. It kind of depends. This particular console, I think, is a Mackie 1604, meaning that's a 4-bus console, meaning that you can choose either left and right or bus 1 through 4. Okay, and then you can adjust each bus separately. So it's pretty much proprietary to this console. Most consoles have similar things. They're not exactly the same, but again, with analog, you're kind of limited to the hardware and its limitations. So you usually have a master bus insert where you can insert things into the master bus like a compressor, a limiter, whatever. Adjust how loud the overall mix gets with the main faders. So how much signal is going out to wherever we're sending it. We might be sending it out to a tape machine. We might be sending it out to some speakers for the audience to hear. That's where you can say how much. And then you got a meter that shows you how much. Okay, some consoles have a tape output, so you can send it straight to a tape recorder as well as the main outputs going to the speakers. Okay, so keep in mind that this thing starts at the top and goes out the bottom. Okay, that's generally the way the signal flows. It starts at the top and goes out the bottom. Similar thing in digital world. Okay, this is actually a digital console picture from Pro Tools. Okay, it generally doesn't matter which DAW you're using. They're all pretty much the same. This one just happens to come from Pro Tools. Same thing. The signal starts at the top and goes out the bottom. What this means for us here is that we've got inserts at the very top. And if we're using, like in this instance, we got a compressor first and then a limiter. That means that the signal is going to get compressed first and then the limiter. Okay, because the signal starts at the top and goes out the bottom. Keep in mind that we have 10 inserts per channel in Pro Tools. We also have 10 auxiliary sends per channel that we can set up. On these auxiliary sends, we can make each one be pre-fader or post-fader, depending on how, depending on which way we need them. So this is kind of cute. You can turn this on in Pro Tools. This shows you a real quick reference as to any EQ curves that you might have put on. If you insert an EQ, most EQs will show you the curve at a glance. So you can like look at it real quick and go, oh, I've got an EQ on that one. Okay, so that's kind of handy in Pro Tools. Channel inputs and outputs is where you can change those. And again, in digital world, you can make it be whatever you want it to be. That's the cool part, is if you want this channel to have the input of number 1 and the output of number 1 and 2, you can do that. If you want to change it, you can do that. Automation mode status. We're going to get deeper into all this stuff in a later lesson, but automation is pretty much anything you can do. You can record that movement and have it play back, like the volume going up and down, the pan going left and right, plugins muting on and off, inserts muting on and off, whatever. Okay. Group assignments. If you got more than one channel assigned to a group, this is where you can see that at a glance. It's really quick, really easy. A pan knob. Again, a pan knob, and it also indicates how much percentage to the left, how much percentage to the right, or in this case, on this one, it's like 0 right up the middle, okay? You can assign it to go left or right. Pan is just like the other pan on the analog. Channel status, whether the track's initialized, whether it's record mode, solo mode, whatever, okay? This is where you can choose that. Master fader, that's the master output. Where's it going? Channel fader. This is the amount of signal that's going to the master fader before it goes to the output bus, okay? Null lights. Don't know why this is still here, but the old timers are saying, thanks, Pro Tools. Null lights are back in the day in like the 60s and 70s, let's say 70s and 80s, when before digital, you youngsters before digital, we actually did this stuff on analog consoles. Anyway, automation was on some analog consoles, and what the null lights did is if you were above the automation, the little light would come on and say, hey, you're above the automation, go down. And then if you were below the automation, a little light would come on and say, hey, you're below the automation, you need to go up. I don't know why Pro Tools still has these null lights in here, but I think it was just to appease the old timers ago, so the old timers can say, oh, hey, thanks for putting my null lights in there. Couldn't mix without them. Anyway, I'm sure there's a whole backstory on that somewhere. Meter and numerical output of gain going to the output. Okay, you can actually double click on that and type in the amount of gain you want going out. In this instance, we've got minus 3.1 decibels going out of that fader, going to the master fader. You can type it in if you want, or you just grab the fader and move it. This is just an indication of that, so no big deal. Track name. Whew, can't tell you how important that is, but again, there's going to be a later lesson on that. We're going to talk about track names. When we start talking about mixing, track names are going to come in handy. So just remember to name your tracks as you make them, okay? Comments. This can be handy for keeping notes, such as what microphone you used on the vocals, what the drummer's name is, whatever. You can put whatever you want in the comment section, just to kind of help as an engineer to keep you help keep you organized, okay? Track color. So you can color code all your tracks. Let's say you got a group of drums, you got 8 tracks that are all the same drum group. You can make them all red, or make them all blue, or make them all whatever color you want. There's no standard to color coding, but you can just, again, it's just going to help you keep organized as a engineer. Okay, so that's pretty much it. The basics of signal flow. Again, this was mini course 001 lesson 2, and now that you guys have done this, let's move on to the next lesson. Thanks for listening. See you soon. Hey, hopefully you got something out of that. That was pretty awesome. It's pretty quick. I know it's pretty quick. It is from our Basics of Signal Flow course, which is absolutely free. I will put a link in the description. You guys go click, go grab hold to it. Hey, while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe, man. Subscribe, because this stuff comes out every week. It comes out on Mondays for the businessy stuff. This is a business that we do, so I'm trying to help you with that. And then on Thursdays, we talk about tech stuff. Wednesdays, we got sometimes a blog review, sometimes a gear review. I do have a review, which I'm gonna bring to you shortly. It's about the Klark Teknic 76 KT compressor compared to an original 1176 and the software. So keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna bring it to you. If you're subscribed, you're gonna get it. If not, you'll have to come look for it. So we will see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Friday, don't forget about the Friday lives. If you get on my list by getting the free course, Basics of Signal Flow, you'll get a notice. Hey, we're going live on Friday. Yeah, that's your chance to come hang out, talk everything studio, come ask me questions. Let's share. Show me your studio, man. Show me some of the gear you got. I love gear. You guys know that. You guys too. You know you love gear. Come on, let's talk about it. Come hang out with me on Fridays, man. It'll be awesome. So we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody. If I don't talk to you, Donnie B, I am out.